Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're cracking open what makes a research topic, or really any big idea, truly compelling and impactful.
Yeah, we're looking at how some ideas just seem to have this built-in momentum.
Exactly. We're drawing on insights from editors at a top journal, the Academy of Management Journal, who point out something crucial. Many academic papers get rejected way before the writing stage.
It's the topic choice, often made years earlier, that's the issue, not necessarily the execution later on.
So our mission today is to figure out how you can craft topics that have, as they put it, clear momentum right out of the gate.
And look, even if you're not writing for an academic journal, these ideas are gold. They apply to almost any project, any pitch, anything you want to resonate and succeed. It's about setting yourself up well from the start.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So where do we start? The editors laid out 5 key criteria. Let's dig into the first one, significance. So significance. It's not just about, solving world poverty, though that's obviously significant. In this context, it's more about tackling what they call grand challenges.
Yeah, these are like the big, stubborn, unresolved problems within a specific field or industry, the kinds of things that need really bold, maybe even unconventional thinking.
They're pushing past the easy answers.
Exactly. What's interesting is how some research does this. There was a study in healthcare. They didn't just ask how innovation spread. They asked why great evidence-based ones often failed to spread.
Okay.
And instead of the usual linear models, they argued that the very things meant to help diffusion could paradoxically create non-spread. That's tackling a grand challenge. It questions fundamental assumptions.
So it's about asking,
Yeah.
how does your idea, your project, solve a meaningful piece of a bigger puzzle? Does it actually move the needle in your field with, real rigor and relevance?
Precisely.
Which flows nicely into the second point. Novelty. Significance is great, but your idea also needs to be, new. It needs to genuinely change the conversation.
Not just add another voice to the chorus. Does it make people's heads turn?
Yeah, exactly. How do you achieve that?
Well, often it comes from something called knowledge recombination, basically building bridges, connecting ideas from different fields, different literatures, maybe different markets, to create something fresh.
Sounds good, but potentially tricky.
It can be, because we tend to fall into traps. There's the familiarity trap, sticking to what we know, the maturity trap, focusing only on established, well-worn topics, and the nearness trap, only looking right next door for ideas.
Right, like that study on spinouts. When employees leave a company to start a rival venture using knowledge they gained there.
Oh yeah, great example.
That wasn't just a minor tweak on entrepreneurship theory. It looked at a specific, somewhat overlooked phenomenon and really shook things up by avoiding those traps. It connected different areas, established firms, employee mobility, new venture creation.
Definitely novel.
Okay, so you've got significance, you've got novelty.
Yeah.
People are interested. But how do you keep them interested? That brings us to number 3, curiosity.
Ah, yes. Novelty might hook them, but curiosity keeps them reading, keeps them engaged.
So how do you bake that in?
Well, if you think about it, one classic idea is that topics become interesting when they challenge our basic, taken-for-granted assumptions about how things work.
Counterintuitive stuff.
Exactly. Or another way to think about it is the mystery metaphor. Compelling research often stems from breakdowns, things we observe that just don't fit our current explanations, puzzles that demand solving.
I see. So like a title like The Effects of Leader Happiness on Team Performance.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit predictable.
Potentially, yeah. You kind of expect happy leaders lead to happy, maybe productive teams.
But what about a study asking whether leader displays of happiness or anger were more effective for team performance and digging into the why behind it?
Now that sparks curiosity. You don't know the answer up front. There's a tension there, a mystery to unravel. It makes you want to know what they found.
Makes sense. Okay, criterion 4 is scope. You can have a significant, novel, curiosity-piquing idea, but if the study itself is too limited.
Yeah, it can fall short. Scope is about adequately covering the landscape, looking at the different constructs, the mechanisms, the perspectives that are really relevant to your topic.
You need to cast a wide enough net.
Exactly. Journals like the one we mentioned, AMJ, they aren't typically looking for small research notes. They want something more comprehensive.
Like what?
Well, think about studying social capital and career success. A study with good scope wouldn't just focus on one theory of social capital. It would try to integrate, say, all 3 major perspectives to see how they all play a role.
So bringing different angles together for a fuller picture.
It's about being ambitious in your exploration, not just scratching the surface.
Got it. Comprehensive. Which leads us to the final criterion, Actionability. Does the idea actually offer useful insights for practice?
Right. Does it help managers, organizations, people actually doing things in the real world?
How does that translate into a topic?
Sometimes it's about exploring white spaces, areas where we lack the language or frameworks to understand emerging practices. Think about maybe super low-cost innovations, like a hypothetical $20 artificial knee. How do those come about?
Okay, so finding new phenomena.
Or it could be offering counterintuitive insights that challenge standard management practices, or identifying really iconic examples that open up whole new ways of thinking. There are multiple pathways to actionability.
So the fundamental question for your idea is, does it provide genuinely useful, maybe even surprising, insights for understanding and navigating real-world challenges, especially things managers can actually influence?
Not the core of it.
Okay, let's recap quickly. The 5 keys to a powerful topic: significance tackling grand challenges, novelty changing the conversation, curiosity making people lean in, scope being comprehensive,
Yeah.
actionability offering practical insights.
Get those right, and your topic has a much better chance of gaining that crucial momentum from day one.
It really sets the foundation.
Which brings up a really important point, doesn't it? Given that your topic choice is probably one of the hardest things to change later on.
Very difficult to revise fundamentally.
How can applying these 5 criteria right at the beginning to any idea you have, big or small, help ensure it makes the impact you want? It's worth thinking about your next project through these lenses right from the start.